Last week in synagogue, as we completed and restarted the Torah cycle, transitioning from the death of Moses to the birth of the world, we did so with heavy hearts at the devastating news which was coming out of Israel. This week, still with heavy hearts, as events continue to further unfold, we prepare to read the story of Cain and Abel, the very first murder in Jewish history. We are doing so in a state of shocked grief. How will we feel when we hear the words, "Your brother's blood cries to me from the ground"? The horrific bloodshed of hundreds of murdered Israelis leaves each of us feeling bereft, perhaps overwhelmed with unbearable sadness and incapable of holding back the tears. Likewise, how will we feel when we hear the words, "Am I my brother's keeper?" knowing that so many of our Israeli siblings are being held as hostages, that over 600 funerals have taken place, that thousands of our brothers and sisters lie injured in hospital beds, that millions more seek refuge in bomb shelters and safe rooms. If we are to live up to the rabbinic ideal of Kol Yisrael Arivim Ze Bazer, that all Israel are responsible for one another, then because we are our brother's keeper, we must not only step up our charitable and other forms of support, we must stand up for Israel at this time of grave danger.
There will hardly be a Jewish family in the country that has not been affected by the recent appalling atrocities committed against Israel. Indeed, these acts of terrorism also represent an attack on Jews everywhere. Israel has always been regarded as our one safe place, the refuge of last resort for all Jewish people. Therefore, we must never stand by and be mere observers. These horrific events should not just be viewed on the internet or watched on television from the comfort and safety of our homes. 75 years ago, Israel was a sanctuary for the remnants of a generation decimated by the Holocaust. And ever since, it has been the safest of havens for Jews facing persecution in so many parts of the world. And while it is crucial to support Israeli charities, we can and must do very much more. As a congregation, we must show our solidarity with the people of Israel in every way we can. Thousands of Israelis suffered an horrendous terrorist attack, but everyone there is suffering, having to cope with and having eventually to come to terms with the horrors and losses that they will have witnessed. They will take great comfort from knowing that the civilized world is united in its love and support for them, while unequivocally condemning the perpetrators. Our own government, too, has been exemplary in its unqualified support for Israel. The beaming of the Israeli flag onto the facade of number 10 Downing Street is an image which spoke more than 1,000 words and will be etched on our minds for years to come. And so I urge every member of West London Synagogue to find their own way to demonstrate their solidarity with Israel and all its people in every way they can.
Until then, let us say together, Shabbat Shalom.